Good afternoon everyone, and welcome to my Tips and Tricks Thursday. Thank you so much for joining me here live on Facebook, and you can catch the replay on YouTube. My name is Lucia Visentin and I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Melbourne, Australia. As you pop on, do say hi. Would love to know who's about. Have a little chat. Sorry, was not quite organised today, so I am a couple of minutes late, sorry. Today's just got away from me a little bit. I didn't realise what the time was. I hope you're all well and having a great week. We still have a few little things going on with Stampin' Up, so there is still the sweet sale going, which is if you purchase an item from a sweet collection, you'll get your second item from that collection or another collection for half price, noting that what you'll get for half price will be the cheapest item that's there. Good afternoon, Lisa. How are you? I still do have a paper share. I've got a couple of paper shares actually left. I did go on and do a second one this time, so these are from the annual catalogue, and there are a couple of things from the previous online release that came out too. So if anyone is interested in that, it's a 6x12 paper share, and that was $70. So just comment below or get in touch with me and I can help you out with that. So today is going to be a little tip kind of going on from what I did last week. So last week I did cutting out fussy cutting sentiments and using the negative from where you pop out your cling stamps. So today what I'm doing has got a little bit to do with the photopolymer stamps and actually getting a background sort of similar but not quite. So I'll just show you what I am on about. So we'll turn over and we'll have a look if it turns over for me. Here we go. Here we go. And we'll straighten up a little bit. So today what I'm doing is I am using my Silicone Craft mat. I've just got my stamp cleaner here, so my Simply Chamois, and I'm going to use just some little stamps here. And what we're going to do is we're going to use them almost like a two-step stamping. But we're going to use stamps that aren't two-step stamps. So let me show you. And I do have to thank Patty from our team who did send me this, and I thought it was a really cool technique. Actually, I've actually got, I didn't realise, that's a little note card there, so I might actually do this little note card. So what I have here is a photopolymer stamp, and this is the side that we usually stamp with, which has got all the detail on it. What I'm going to do is peel that off. I'm actually going to pop it on back to front. So what I have now is that whole flat piece as the top piece there. Okay, and I have got some bubble bath ink, and I did need a little bit of scrap paper, so just let me grab. Sorry, like I said, not super organised today. Usually I have all of this out ready and waiting. So what I have here is bubble bath, and I am going to ink up that flat side of my stamp. So that's inking up the whole back side of that. Now I am going to stamp off that aside. I am going to stamp off here and then stamp it on to my silicone mat. Now, the reason why I'm stamping onto my silicone mat is I do need the reverse of this. So I was thinking it comes out from this side. So now I'm just going to pop my card on that. And I'm just picking up. So this is what we do when we do reverse stamping. So I'm picking up the ink from there, and it is really quite faint. But what I can do now is, and I'll do one that's a little bit darker as well so that you can get a really good idea. I'm going to clean that side of my stamp, and now I'm popping my stamp on the correct way. I might do it on the drier side. And I'm going to go in with a darker colour, so I'll go in with Petunia Pop. And we'll ink that up. And now I can stamp right over that shadowed image. Probably something a bit darker is good because it's a little hard to see this. Good afternoon, Anisha, how are you? Like I said, that one there is really quite faint. So let's do something else that's a little bit darker. Do you know what? We'll do the same colours, but I won't stamp it off. I think the bubble bath is probably a bit light to stamp off. So what I'll do this time is I'll do a sentiment. So I've got my cheers. So like I said, that's the way we usually stamp. And I'm just going to pop that round the other way. Cool, it is freezing here. I was going to say, I think it's the same everywhere at the moment. So again, I'm going to bring in my silicone mat. I will just clean that. Not that there was a lot of ink on it from before anyway. So use bubble bath again. And we'll just pop that in the corner there. Now that is quite smudgy this time, so we'll just see how this goes. Then I'm just transferring that onto my little card. That's a little bit better. So then, just cleaning that, we'll turn him over. And then again with the same colour, I can put my little cheers up there, and you've got that little background to it. So let me show you with some darker colours just so that you can see it. Sorry, I didn't think that would be quite so light. We'll get rid of that. And I'll just clean this off. So just let me see what other colours I had used here. So let's try something like Pool Party and Lost Lagoon and see how that goes. So I'm just cleaning the ink off my Silicone Craft mat there. And we might even do this little one. I might still do it on this same card. So again, that's the way the stamp usually goes, and we are just going to flip him over. Okay, make sure he sticks. Now, they don't stick as well when you flip them over because you haven't got that nice flat surface, so do be sure you've stuck it on properly because it will, it could flip off. So if I do him that way, he's going to go that way, which means he's going that way. Okay, so we'll stamp him down. Pop him on there. My inks are really quite juicy, so I'll kind of pop him there. I'm just transferring that ink onto my card front. So that's better. Now you can see a nice big splotchy bit of ink, which is what you want. And we will go with a colour that's a little bit darker. we'll close him up and we'll go Lost Lagoon. Remember to turn him over now as well. So you've got the right side. So this is the side with the detail now. Ink that up. And then, and when it's darker, it is so much easier to line up as well. So that's a little bit better there. So it just gives you a nice little, and like I said, the cheese, let's do a bigger flower even. So you can get more of an idea. So what if we do, I've got two other colours here. So I've got Calypso Coral and Petal Pink. It's getting quite light now. So again, I've got this on the right way. So I'm going to turn him over and pop him on the reverse. Now, this is obviously only going to work with your photopolymer. It won't work with a cling because you've got the sticker on the back of it. So let's bring in my silicone mat. Sorry, I just used the other side, but it looks like it's a bit dusty. Just give him a little quick rinse. Pop him up there. So, ink up. Now when you do go to stamp on your silicone mat, if your pad is quite juicy, it does get quite slippery. So do make sure you go straight down and straight back up again. And we're just going to pop our cardstock down. And you could go the other way. You could take the silicone mat to your cardstock as well. I just found it easier putting my cardstock over my silicone mat. So then you've got your background. Now it's not going to come out absolutely perfectly, the background, but because we're covering over it with the image, it is just giving it a nice little mottled look at the back. So we'll close that up and we'll go something a little bit darker. So that is Calypso Coral. And then we can pop that over the top. And that's the little look that it gives you. So like I said, it's just something a little bit different, and it is really nice with the sentiments. I don't actually have, let me see if I've got a larger sentiment that we can do that with. Oh no, that one's, and this is what I was saying, these are the cling stamps, so you can't really do it with that because it's not going to stick onto your block upside down. So it does have to be a photopolymer stamp. There we go, these are still quite small though. No, they're very tiny. Oh, like I said, I don't really have any big sentiments that are photopolymer. Here we go. Let's try something like these. So we might go the same colour again and use it on the same bit of cardstock I've got. And if I do something like I'm always here for you, perhaps. I've read that completely wrong. I'm here for you always. Oh my goodness, I'm reading things upside down back front here. So again, I'm popping it on my block upside down, and I'm going to ink up. I might have to make sure we've got this on straight now if I want to put it on my card straight though. Oh, wrong way. I've got to put it on upside down is what I've been telling you. So I've got upside down. Oh. And this is where it wants to stick to there because it's be doing it the other way round. Let's just pop it on there straight by hand. Okay, so let's go again. So this is the petal pink. I'll pop it up in this top corner this time. And we'll try and straighten everything, see how we go. I've not ever seen it. Like I said, Patty actually sent me a little video. Oh, and I've done it on the wrong corner, but that's okay. A downline sent me a video of it, and I just thought, this is, I would never have even thought, like, this is just such a great little idea. And this will give you a whole background for your sentiment then. A little crooked, but that's the kind of thing. So when I'm looking at, these were some of my practice ones that I had done. So even stamping on in black on it looks really good. And like I said, you can tell that my inks are quite juicy because they do get a little bit blotchy. But then there's some more subtle colours. So it's a nice little little technique. There was some more. Like I said, I've done all sorts of sides and colours together because I did think it was quite a cool little. So things like this, I think this was crumb cake. We probably had something like the Pretty in Pink, and then I'm going to say Highland Heather. This one would have been Petunia Pop. That was crumb cake at full strength, and that was crumb cake at half strength. So you can have a little play and just see what works best, but using a lighter colour. So like I said, I've got the Calypso Coral, and then I've used the Petal Pink underneath. Looks quite good because they're, again, my kind of thing, very monochromatic. But even if you're not wanting that monochromatic look, you can do it with the black, which looks quite nice as well. So like I said, quick little tip, but something that was new to me. I'd never seen it done before. So I hope it's something that you've not seen. And I can't even remember the lady's name whose video did I watch, sorry. So it has come from another demonstrator as well. And I'm sorry I can't let you know. If I'll see if I can find it, and I'll just pop her name on the video when I'm done, just so that you know who it actually came from, because like I said, it wasn't my idea. It was something that I have seen somewhere else, but I just thought it was such a great little technique. That's a nice easy thing to use. Like this colour, like just looking at it on screen, I think that actually looks quite nice with the similar colour underneath, and this would look nice, and I would probably go half strength of the Pool Party underneath with that one, because I think that would look nicer. So again, thank you very much. Just a really quick short one today. I hope you all have a lovely weekend. Keep warm. For those of you that are demonstrators that are attending Creativity Now on Saturday, have an awesome time. I'm sure it will be wonderful. We've got an event this weekend that some of us are attending, which will be fantastic. So very much looking forward to creating with a whole heap of other demonstrators, which will be lovely. So thank you very much. Take care. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on Monday. Thank you. Bye.